Did you know that 7.1% of children aged 3 to 17 have diagnosed anxiety?
I struggle with anxiety, and one way that I help myself is I go and talk to a counselor when I'm in really need of guidance.
I used to have anxiety really bad, and whenever I got anxiety, I used to go to the gym and start working out. It always really helped me to just be with other people and start like bench pressing and stuff like that.
Before I got into high school, I used to have anxiety, and playing football helped me overcome that.
I had anxiety for 9 years ever since my little nephew died. One way to make sure that anxiety doesn't come to a terrible stop and make me feel like nothing is worth it, I take it out on drawing, and it really helps me. But it does take time to actually find out how to distract yourself from anxiety. It's not a one-night deal. I know that it's gonna be a really hard thing to overcome. It's really hard to deal with that one little voice that always echoes in your head. So it's best to actually find a really nice hobby like drawing, reading, football or something, and you can overcome anxiety. Trust me, it was really hard for me, but it was worth it.
I'm Miss Blevins. I teach English down the Cab Hallway. So I was asked about anxiety, and I did have it when I was in high school, quite a bit. I felt a lot of pressure to get straight A's and to constantly be involved in things. But how I overcame it was just finding something that I really liked and what I wanted to be involved in. For me, that was band and also German club. So I got really involved in those two activities, and I found a passion for those things, and I met a lot of my friends through that, and that really helped relieve the stress and anxiety that I felt when I was in school.
Hi, I'm Miss Reed. I teach business here at the high school, and I was one of those overly active students in high school. I couldn't say no to anything and always took on challenges, even if it became too much for me. As a result, that came in forms of anxiety. The best way I handled that in high school was when I finally realized what it was. I did not realize I had anxiety, and that's what it could be labeled as. And once I did, it took me having a pretty severe anxiety attack for me to realize what it was, and my teachers and my friends as well. And they were really supportive. They understood. They did everything they could to help me. So having a good support group and being involved in a few things where they really give you support, that was the best way for me to combat that.
Hi, my name is Ms. Bolkins, and I was asked to talk about anxiety. And when I was in high school, we didn't use the term anxiety much. I just thought I was a perfectionist and an overachiever, put a lot of pressure on myself to get straight A's and participate in activities, and I was always stressed. And it wasn't until I became an adult and started working with children suffering from anxiety, I started realizing that that was some of what I was seeing in myself. And so my generation, we didn't test for things, we didn't label, but now I realize that I did have anxiety all those years ago, and I still do, and I just try to be graceful with myself and not put so much pressure on myself and be understanding of others that also struggle with too much stress or anxiety, because we never know what another person is going through.
Hey guys, I'm Matt Sutton. I am school-based mental health coordinator here for the district. I'm also a therapist that works with a lot of our students and families here in the district.
And I'm Heather Hatman. I am the SEL and school-based mental health support specialist here for Mountain Home Public Schools.
We want to talk a little bit about how you might reach out for help. Definitely for you guys that are at the high school, Ms. Hatman and I are here pretty much all the time. This is where our home offices are. Your school counselors are really the best place to go at any campus. When you just need help, or maybe you're wondering, is this stress, is this anxiety, what should I do about it? That's probably the best place to go.
Yes, I think talking to your school counselor, because there may just be a few changes you can make, or things you can take off your plate to kind of help with that stress, or they will help you determine if you're going to need further help.
And then as a district, we really have a whole lot of resources at our fingertips that a lot of people don't know about. So we contract with a couple of agencies here in town that have psychiatry help, have other mental health professionals besides just us, and they're really available to us pretty easy. And always, that's a space that you can reach out to your counselor, that we can then hook you up with those types of resources as well. We have a ton of support in the community that sometimes is untapped. So if you talk to us, if you talk to your counselors, we can then help you determine, hey, this is an area that might be helpful to you, and maybe steer you towards some of that, whether anything from substance issues to family issues to stress and anxiety. Got a lot of help for that kind of thing.
Sure. So I think with that, just know that you're not alone. So if you do need help, just be sure and reach out.